His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, all his campaigns, first, second, and third attempt, Titupa was hinged on corruption. In fact, Oman Kufuor setting up the fast track high court. I don't know if it is still in existence and how it is working now. Nti, sir.
Ora abusia ora yao asani tano akopim wo UTV afidi kase so a ode ensem bi atodwa e de afa ye mampanyi no Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ehu na ensem ben na ode atodwa Ghnet TV so subscribe mami na feel free so be chewa adwen e wo ensem bi se hu like na share na onua so ensa ankabi. Fast forward Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo the first coming, third coming, any second coming in ano. Or money that the pay Magana for etiasese. Or no dear, a brother and corruption at Ecoso Mamu Catasha any prayer Ecosono. Say Yabomadi to Abano Edemana. The memotive pan say, Obabi is our corruption in a free or my anymore. And no crack, then be beer at the pay Gana for Edutumo to Abano Edemanado. Now if we say the Aban Eman a fee and a corruption, just say. Emu ayedin ekosopa ye pa eno na aye owura yawo edi atudwa o YouTube applications so all cheche ba they all can and say na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo there in the history books of Republic of Ghana only the only president under one government our run ka say special prosecutor na babo ntia da ba bitudwa say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo the mother serpent of corruption na sa wakasa na wachusu no na so babo ntia abakasa nsem we a na je say bibia da jipepe say Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo no sika eni ne ma bi efafa enkofo bi ase under our government no na say asama wakache Ghana for no ya dada bi na obeda Ghana for ensem ben na okan yentie ne nsem ne bi emra.
His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, all his campaigns, first, second, and third attempt, Titupa was hinged on corruption. In fact, Oman Kufuor setting up the fast track high court. I don't know if it is still in existence and how it is working now. Nti, sir, fast track court no, even adjudication of cases in the court no, one kakra ebemu until so late ye requested for more judges because omo claim say they are inundated with a lot of cases. This is just the mekano. Omampani Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the international community, the diaspora, Africans, Ghanaians, the first, second attempt, especially in the last attempt to win election, Emani Bededi Pefe say he was indeed the Messiah. He was indeed one who was going to rescue this nation from the corrupt and as a perceived corrupt nature of the NDC administration led by Nurse Muhammad Amisata. To the point that he promised the whole world that when I come, I will set up a special prosecutor's office to ensure so be biara wadi dream. Obama Okujana Seniano. And I want to believe, said the business community believed him. We all trusted and had hope in him. He indeed fulfilled the promise by setting up the special prosecutor's office. Little did we know that he was the same person who was going to manipulate the special prosecutor, in the sense that for me, when the special prosecutor was appointed, I said it on several platforms, I felt it was to spite the NDC picking out somebody who was disgruntled in the NDC to use him to be the special prosecutor so that he will hunt his own people who probably did not respect him within their administration. That is how I felt. And I propagated that. And true to my words, I think that it has come true. In the sense that Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo is the first president in the history of Ghana and probably in the history of Africa, probably by extension in the world, whose own special prosecutor has described him as the mother serpent of corruption. The whole world, it hasn't happened. It is an indictment, a dent and a damage on his reputation.
Nami kasenka ube analyze the ube bisa omonya omube ye going
yes,
forward.
I'm coming back, but there must be preamble.
Yes, I say now also what the camp or what dream for that.
There no more my dream for.
Into preamble now.
Topic na yam na de ba yo. The only president who has been described per his administration and governance style, awanya tag ama ne region achim mafia, very unprecedented. The only president who has been described as the Japadier king, the only president who has been described as a clearing agent. Saya, so profound, to the point that your own former deputy finance minister has described your governance, even though he made reference to successive governance, but it is your under administration that your own former deputy finance minister says the government appears to be running a Ponzi scheme. Very unprecedented. Now come down to the issue of, say, what will the two parties do to stem down corruption? It is only when we set a precedent by hauling people who are found to be corrupt to court and their issues adjudicated very well and probably jailed, a one uncle for a bit me and say, but the so-called digitalization, which was supposed to have stemmed down corruption, has rather digitized the corruption system to the point that today we still get ghost names even though there's digitalization, to the point that today we see clearly that people award contracts are a year over bloated contracts that its sum supersede the whole set of ambulances that were bought. This is the first time we have seen an administration or a governance system where the government, conniving with the central bank, has overstepped their boundaries by going beyond the threshold of the Bank of Ghana's own rules and regulation, the Act, etc., to print in excess. All those monies has not done it. In fact, those monies, as we have gotten to know now, the monies is cap Bank of Ghana ebro is the car previous administration Nick Bossy or boy. How is that possible? And where did those monies go? Forward.
Royal and some of the Etuja or UTV and I coco etieno and of course also etwaso at the Tuja say Nana Danko Akufo-Addo the only president or no one casa baby ofi ya Tony Din your friend a chem mafia or no crown as I president about Ghana for Nasa to Atuni Din your friend a Japa Hene the king of a Japade that is or the name be as she mama when your titles be at their ne friends and opinion dear no home Chrono ene katashishaya ekoso ewo ono ankasa na mambu asentino ya chirem ate ama bibia da dipefe kire say na Danko Akufo-Addo de ono no ene the mother serpent of corruption no corruption a wo se oba obema eto atwa no wo mum na oba be hyemu kena Ghana for tinisuo ene saying the Ghana for can say na Danko Akufo-Addo ono na pamfo omo ye akronfo sabi omo ye ne brefo omo ye person nkuminya efo sane se hunti se oman na japade am betonton na sika bi mu nkwan betana so na mo masika e ma oman ni mu matimamfo ye brese ne ye ho kire yen sei titiru ni NDC for omo kan se na Danko Akufo-Addo etonton ye na japade nyina nti ye tumamfo nyina no ye soro waka na ye nko nti ye bribery and corruption eno na owura aya friend ye Kojo Monney okopimo UTV or the ensem bi atudwa efa sa ensem no na ensem ben na owura no e de atudwa Ghnet TV News. Subscribe na like na waso na unia so ensanka na feel free so obeche wadwen o Ghnet TV so. Ensama ora e friend Kojo Monney ekopi mo UTV wode atudwa efa na Danko Akufo-Addo na mamu ene babere corruption a oye say oba be fighting ni nyina no. NDC for akasa bebrebe eno ana finally ono so aba bonten a o che na adwen e de afa ho say na Danko Akufo-Addo e baaye no. O the measures bebrebe na egu community tiriu o trans ehun say eye bebia government institutions will be no baby nkutahudie bebrebe ekoso no eho na corruptions no dan nyina ekoso a na ekoso ho no mtenes otnase no say okay na sade yenye ne say eno na ma enam so de digitalization e de buy say de be ya say okọ befriend def ana say passport officer so okọ ye bibi wo no ma to bibia o online na okọ duro no ma e be share data obeba anti okọ no okọ hwe emfa ma offices bia te ho say de be ya e be reduce the rate of bribery and corruption no because what name be na agu akwam said be ya betis na Ghana for mu ye ungrateful Ghana for mu ni aye kra na nsin ya na Danko Akufo-Addo e ba yi ochi nkofo be na e de omu gumu e fa Ghana for sika bi omo fa e de akwhye be yenti ensama odi etudwane bi.
We are fighting corruption from three main angles. Okay. The first one is we are fighting corruption from using a digitalization drive to fight corruption. The second one is using legislative instrument to fight corruption. Okay. And the third one is funding corruption institutions in the country so they can fight corruption.
And I know I'm a tree.
Titi 17 Americano brofo no. The edin kind of say social say legislative instrument and as a mraben ni beti media konkata share any proye and the year and another dan Kufuor abreso no make sure say pass it right to information act as say abeyemra oko institution bia mu a Ghana higher government institution bia omo air right to information officer omo sign a contract with SIGA every year bia no o sign a contract na I was say with a report on the right to information at the ma SIGA for mo hwem hu say ampa mra ye share no ye nyina ye di so. That is the first one, because untimi nkon kata share ne project wa bra nkrofo enya information and as omunya nema efa agencies no ho to bit mako kata share ne project. The first thing I was say we say I was say unya information. So that is the first one. The second one, so krompo ayeri and another Kufuor the year krama no 2 months and say just 2022 and or launch the evaluation of the National Anti-Corruption Action Plan ayeri mails at the bar in 2012. Say you evaluate near saying plans na yepese you dey fight corruption or saying. The third one also here and say under his administration will make sure say all the corruption fighting agencies in the best sign a memorandum of understanding. No more share information across them as far as corruption related things are concerned. And into Ubesha, Charge, Yoko, and the Office of the Attorney General, Police, Omunina, they say they share information to combat corruption. First, no, ni ho Kufuor abreso and a buyer. Adeba question so 2 months no cry the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Our deba say, Ombra me fight corruption and corruption related offenses among the political class. That is what the NPP have been able to do. And as the NPP are here, as far as Yedimra, Etutukwem, Siebeye.
Beautiful.
Yes, Mra.
The man can say,
Meba. Said the Ebeye, until the Meka say, Sebio, say, Ubitu
someone launch a manifesto there, but ye be who because of the any policy documents in sure that you be any ye fire, ye bet me a gina so bisacos. And
Nameka say, answer no because a wood to and among a duno, a statifia and a more backo. Okay. And to who the oh ya, no who do the quack see. The second one a year and say, Yebeka say corruption, I say, Katasani pro yebeba. Nipa nkote hudie na ma corruption etumi ba tade ba kwa ya start ne ye sanso betum nchine ne say e wasi ye human to human interaction efi niema ye pese ye num and into ye back on the digitalization drive so be hwa imprimpi ni so mo ye corruption indexes na bon so mo see o ba bia corruption wo pa be ko mo say passport office be ko mo say death and birth registry. That's when you zoom in to critical places and control car na nyina ho you started digitalization you take it grow boys you take it we feel it's a way of reducing corruption because they say nipa enya nkotahudie. That is what say no person we are everything is done on the Ghana.gov platform.
Inti microphone
Bibisa ni hobi.
Ye bia homato aye nyu
Bibisa ni hobi. Ukọ Ghana.gov platform no tutua osika wakọ no akwakoye human to human interaction any hobi. Kofuor first no mo fakotu kwan so wo port paperless system by human to human interaction any hobi. Into corruption have been reduced. Ntina say that is what the NPP is doing and that is what we intend to do more. Maybe making sure you be making sure digitalization at all front, at all government agencies, human to human interactions you be yin if you na fi ama corruption so abafem me say on the 18th of August ira Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia the document no tudwa obum se nima make say nyina no ewom
Ora Kojo Monney and some of the etudwa UTV and I mean etie no sa pepe na etie edin eyawo so o my team e nyina ye man na ankofo bi o mo fasika na mo da sha o mo nkokotoko mo no mabusuafo na o mo nkwa edi na ebinum nso ebre e no na sen e na amene ana de oguso a odi etudwa ene say Ghana for monka makoma entom yem na don Kufuor de oba say oba be ye afri enkosoma ye mre bi atwem enkofo bi na ne tua wo mo de ye ekomu no eno nti ana wo kai say sa nyuma para na don Kufuor aba be ye ni na no yenkoso a na yento aba no emfama Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia na obeto aso na ode ye na ko bohye asase no so so adwen hye ne sen e wo ensem bi se hu jama me o comment section like na share na onua so ensa enkam Ghnet TV so ni media ne ko be best King James edit na esomasene ma dwumade we dan nyina menya ho de tena makonwa so na mede ebro la se wajibre na watie mi makra